In today's video, we're gonna explore the beautiful lands of Israel. 72 hours where we will be exploring the cosmopolitan capital of Israel, Tel Aviv. We'll be traveling to the divine Baha'i gardens of Haifa, and last but not least, we'll deep dive into one of the most sacred places on earth, Jerusalem. Which city will you choose to travel to? Let's discover them one by one. After landing, we just left our luggages to Kuku Hotel in Tel Aviv, which was right on Dizengoff Street, but I will tell you more about it later, and directly headed to our most wanted attraction, the beachfront. Nothing changed since my last visit here. People are doing a lot of sports, like running, beach volleyball, dancing or surfing. Being a sports addict, I feel like home here. There is a saying that everyone in Tel Aviv is in good shape. We started our walk from Tel Aviv port and headed all the way till Old Jaffa. I would estimate it as a 1-hour walk with short stops enjoying the sightseeing. Today is a cloudy day, but I bet that usually the Fisherman Beach is full of people. While walking on the promenade, we could easily spot in the far distance the Old Jaffa, meaning the old city of Tel Aviv. Some enthusiasts were even in for a swim, and there were a lot of surfers trying to catch the best waves. Have you ever tried surfing? I didn't yet, but it's on my list of learnings. We started to see the beautiful sight of the skyscrapers and a large part of Tel Aviv beachfront. As we will need to climb some stairs to Old Jaffa, the views will just get better and better. I will just pause for a second and take the chance to say that if you're enjoying my content, please subscribe to my channel and like the video. This will make the video more visible. Thank you. And now back to our adventure. Old Jaffa will surely impress you. With old houses, narrow streets, art galleries, restaurants, theaters, and museums, it is one of Tel Aviv's main tourist attractions. Jaffa, or Yafo in Hebrew, is one of Israel's most ancient cities, inhabited 7,500 years ago. Since antiquity, ancient Jaffa was surrounded by city walls which were closed at sundown for protection. Perched on top of a hill overlooking the Mediterranean Sea, with a natural harbor and fertile soil, ancient Jaffa was a strategic prize. It was conquered and reconquered countless times. The ancient Jaffa port is still an active fishing port. We spent great time exploring the old buildings, the green parks with blooming flowers, and also the breathtaking views. The Jaffa Park is on the hilltop, where you will find iron cannons left from when Napoleon conquered Jaffa in 1799. We were intrigued by the Wishing Bridge. The legend says that anyone boarding the bridge holds its zodiac sign and looks at the sea, their wish will come true. We tried it and it worked. St. Peter's Franciscan Church commemorates St. Peter's stay in Jaffa and the miracle he brought in the house of Simon. We had fun with the figurines from the eye-catching fountain.
For those who are celebrating their birthday, for the wedding anniversary for the month of
That's enough for the first day. We went back to our lovely Cuckoo Hotel, which I need to tell you that will put a smile on your face, even on the bad days. All the walls are animated, and at the reception you'll find complimentary jellies, coffee and tea. Beds are super comfy and the breakfast will surprise you. Second day was dedicated to Haifa. We headed our way to the Sevidor train station and from there we took a direct train to Haifa. We were lucky to receive a bus card from a cute lady as we couldn't find any bus tickets to buy. We were heading directly to the most beautiful gardens from Israel, Bahai Gardens. The bus took us to the highest point of Haifa and after 3 minutes walk we were there. The views from the garden are breathtaking. You have a viewpoint of the entire city of Haifa. In July 2008, the Bahai Gardens were inscribed on UNESCO World Heritage List in recognition of their outstanding universal value as holy places and places of pilgrimage for the followers of the Baha'i faith. After the gardens, we explored the parks around the area and then we walked until Madatech. But the Science Museum was closed at that time. We enjoyed the park in front of it and learned that 2 trees were planted by Albert Einstein and his wife. In the evening we had an attempt to visit Caesarea site, but that was also closed, so we headed back to our loved Tel Aviv. Again, a deep energizing sleep at Cuckoo Hotel, and it was time for day 3 to head out to Jerusalem, the religious center of the world. We took the bus this time and it lasted a bit more than 1 hour drive. Right from the central bus station, we took tram number 1, which left us right in front of Old Town Walls. I was so excited for Laura as she was the first time here. After some pictures in front of the walls, was time to enter to this magnificent place. We entered the city through Jaffa Gate, one of the 7 gates of the city. The old gate has the shape of a medieval gate tower with an L-shaped entryway, which was secured at both ends, north and east, with heavy doors. Inside of the walls, everything changes and you will feel that you have teleported in time. The old city of Jerusalem has 4 distinct quarters: Jewish, Christian, Muslim and Armenian. Each offers a unique glimpse into the city's rich history and diversity, believed to be the site where Jesus was crucified and buried. It was a crowded day full of tourists and it was a bit difficult to visit. We avoided the day of Sunday because we thought it will be extra crowded. But look how Jerusalem looks on a Monday. It's not always like that. Last time I came in January and there were just a few visitors. According to traditions dating back to the 4th century, Church of the Holy Sepulchre contains 2 sites considered holy in Christianity. The site where Jesus was crucified, at a place known as Calvary or Golgotha, and Jesus' empty tomb, which is where he was buried and resurrected. Each time the church was rebuilt, some of the antiquities from the preceding structure were used to the new renovation. Within the church are the last 4 stations of the cross of the Via Dolorosa, representing the final episodes of the Passion of Jesus. The church has been a major Christian pilgrimage destination since its creation in the 4th century. On Holy Saturday, the ceremony of the Holy Fire takes place. The Patriarch enters the edicule, takes the Easter fire and then passes it from hand to hand, reaching places from all over the world. Despite the mutilations of the centuries, the Holy Sepulchre remains a fascinating complex of structures, and it is a key importance for several phases of medieval architecture history, imitations being built all over Europe. Today, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is one of Jerusalem's main landmarks and continues to draw many pilgrims and visitors. We then stopped to a local market right near Damascus Gate. The gate is known for its role of being the point of exit for those traveling to Syrian capital before the establishment of Israel. Crusaders referred to the gate as the Saint Stephen's Gate due to its location close to the site where they believe Saint Stephen was martyred. Via Dolorosa represents the path that Jesus would have taken, forced by the Roman soldiers, on the way to his crucifixion. It is today marked by 14 stations of the cross, 9 of which are outside in the streets, with the remaining 5 stations being currently inside the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Lions Gate leads into the Muslim quarter of the Old City. We use this gate to exit the city and reach the famous Mount of Olives. We climbed about 20 minutes and meet a lot of African groups singing and clapping Hallelujah. The views here were incredible. The western slopes of the mount have been used as a Jewish cemetery for over 3,000 years and holds approximately 150,000 graves, making it central in the tradition of Jewish cemeteries. Commemorating the episodes that took place in the Garden of Gethsemane, the Church of All Nations, also known as Basilica of the Agony, stands today at the foot of Mount of Olives. Grotto of Gethsemane is also close by, and it is basically unchanged from the time of Jesus. The crypt, much of it cut into solid rock, it is dark and gloomy. The smell of incense fills the air, the ceiling is blackened by centuries of candle smoke, and gold and silver lamps hang in profusion. To the right, a small edicule houses a stone bench, on which Mary's body is believed to have lain. The Western Wall, also known as the Wailing Wall or the Kotel, is the most religious site in the world for the Jewish people. Located in the old city of Jerusalem, it is the last remaining outer wall of the ancient Jewish temple and an incredibly important site of modern Israeli history. Thousands of people of all faiths journey to the wall every year to visit and recite prayers. Traditionally, these prayers are either spoken or written down and placed in the cracks of the wall. The wall splits into 2 sections, one area for males and the other for females. The Armenian Quarter is one of the 4 sections of the walled Old City of Jerusalem. Located in the southwestern corner of the city, it can be accessed through the Zion Gate and Jaffa Gate. It occupies a small area which is 14% of the old city's total. In 2007, it had a population of 2,400 people. It is the only quarter of the old city not dedicated to a major world religion. Armenians have had a strong presence in the city since at least the 4th century, when Armenia became Christian. Their quarter, it is said to be the oldest living Armenia diaspora community. Thousands of displaced survivors of the Armenian genocide relocated to this part of Jerusalem in the 20th century. We had 3 awesome days spent in Israel. First day was more about relaxation and exploring the beautiful promenade of Tel Aviv. Second day was about curiosity to discover the famous Haifa Gardens and the majestic views of the city. The third day was all about deep diving in the history of some of the most important religions in the world. We were aware of the tensions in Israel nowadays and we visited with caution. We tried as much as possible to avoid crowds and protest areas. I pray for peace in Israel and for becoming a safe place for all the Israelis and tourists who want to discover this incredible country. I am Travel and Tell No One, and as always, I can't wait to see you in the next one.